Good day everyone. Today we're going to tell you about something interesting and is worthy to add some of your insights about globalization. This is about the theory of network society, and let us have a short background about the man behind this theory. Castells is a Spanish sociologist associated with research on the information society, communication, and globalization. On January 2020, he was appointed Minister of Universities in the Sanchez II government of Spain. He was born on February 9, 1942.
This is all about network society, which is a society and a new economy that is being powered by microelectronic-based information and technology. It is characterized by space of flows, which brings physical spaces closer through networks, which means that it is a great opportunity for people since through network they will become closer. Castells argues that globalization is a network of production, culture, and power that is being constantly shaped by advances in technology that allows us to conduct many aspects of communication and information. Information has become the key substance of all human activity, and this globalization represents a new age of information wherein it is being directly integrated into culture, institutions, and experience. Whereas the development of a new technology represents a new technological paradigm and leads to a new mode of development that Castells terms as informationalism. According to Castells, it creates a digital divide wherein there is a division between the world in areas who have new technological system and the areas that are being switches off, for this are called as the marginalized. Having a digital divide results to unequal treatment of people and leads to discrimination, and it creates a global form of exclusions and inclusions, fragmentations, and integration.
Castells' network society is closely associated with the interpretation of the social implications of globalization and the role of electronic communication technologies in society. Castells then said that the concept of network society as a new beginning society that is connected by information and communication technology. He then later came up with three processes that led to the emergence of this new social structure in the late 20th century. First is the restructuring of industrial economies to accommodate an open market approach. The significance of this is that it creates the condition for bringing an open market development paradigm. This weakens the nation state and deepens the social inclusion and exclusion between countries and within countries. Second is the freedom-oriented cultural movements of the late 1960s and early 1970s, including the civil rights movement, the feminist movement, and the environmental movement. These movements were significant because they created the development paradigm that primarily focuses on human rights. Third is the revolution in information and communication. Today, gathering and sharing information is much easier because of the internet. Also, communication is now more accessible because of the technologies like cell phones, telephones, and etc. that is easily accessible all around the world. The network society is a social structure of networks that operates because of the internet and communication technologies. This exists to generate, process, and distribute information through the nodes of these networks. And the networks are a system of formal nodes, and it evolves by these transformative effects. First is the network economy. It is the emerging economic order within the information society. The name stems from a key attribute. Products and services are created, and value is added through the social networks operating on large or global scales. An example of network economy model is arms trafficking and illegal drug trade. These people participating in these types of businesses cannot openly advertise their products, since that would result to the involvement of law enforcement. Instead of advertising, they rely on a network of people that they are familiar with, like friends, fellow gang members, and relatives. Also now, there is a darknet where these types of people can buy or sell these types of products while being anonymous. Second is the sociability, because people who use the internet tends to be more happier than the ones that don't use it. They are able to connect with more people, thus having more relationship with other people. Also, because of the pandemic, public places are now not safe, so now people uses the internet as the place where they will communicate with other people. Lastly is the communication systems. In the past, the media just brought down information to us, but now we and the media are now working together to get information. The rise of different medias like blogs and others that interacts with the mass media, and the mass media collects the interactions, then it goes to the other people or to people we are interacting with.
Advantage. Almost lahat nga bagay there are advantages. In sa social society, ang first advantage is that nagabulig sa aton to understand ang paglapta ka mga informations. William Castells says that the network society sort us into social structures based around information technologies. Makita ini nga idea in the ways companies use the internet to target marketing campaigns to a certain target group. For example, ang mga companies can have a different marketing campaign running on Instagram kaysa sa marketing campaign nila sa Facebook and Twitter. We have sorted ourselves according to the information nga gusto ta ma-receive, and therefore, ang mga tao nga nagasupply sang information magabenefit man diri. Secondly, his theory help us to understand the new global economy. Castells says that the world market now has the capacity to work on a planetary scale in a real time or chosen time. It means that because a network society, we can work across geographically border. It also allows for companies to diversify their workforce and draw from the skills ng mga tao working remotely through technology. This also help us of being aware of everything new. Hindi sa top advantage is that the chance to stay connected to your friends, relatives, business partner, and especially sa school. Nga we are in the middle of the pandemic and there are none face-to-face classes.
Kung may bintaha, may disbintaha man. Amo dya ang kapaslawan nga makakonekta ang iban nga tao sa ginatawag nga internet. Ini amo ang digital divide, which is a big concern from other far-flung areas in the world, particularly in mountainous areas. According to this code of ethics, it states that in a fair society, all individuals would have equal opportunity to participate in or benefit from the use of computer resources regardless of race, sex, religion, age, disability, national origin, or other similar factors, which means that everyone must have the rights for being connected to the virtual world by the means of computer and electronic gadgets through internet. Because of this digital divide, many people were left behind from the digital age, which they are not updated and they can't keep up with the trend, social media, news, and other information. Here in the Philippines, as the country faced the COVID-19 pandemic, new methods of learning were presented by educational institutions for students in the new normal, which is the blended learning, the modular, and the online learning. Some students that have a stable internet connection have the edge or very lucky in learning in these trying times. But other students living in rural areas have difficulties in dealing with a new method of learning in the new normal. They wish to go along to keep up with the online learning, but their situation became a hindrance for them. I hope that the government have a solution for this digital divide so that no student would be left behind. Kag amuyad to ang disbintaha sang network society, kag nagapangabay kita nga maabot ang tiun nga ang kada tawo mapa-estudyante, mapamalam, pigado, lalaki kung babayi, ang maka-avail man sang serbisyo sang internet.